first off, this is essentially a meal from American Psycho.
Yeah, they had cilantro crawfish gumbo.
I came here for the cilantro crawfish gumbo.
Instead of crawfish, we're gonna use lobster tail. Gumbo is typically, it's like a soup or a stew with seafood and some sort of meat in it as well.
You cut up the onions, peppers, and celery to about a 1/4 inch.
Yep.
Let's say.
Small dice.
Minced garlic.
Yeah. Over here.
You shell the prawns, and then you got, what is this? This is the
So that's chorizo sausage, and that's pancetta. We've got our prawns are over here. You can't see them. You saw them earlier. The Argentina prawns, big fat boys. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of flour, and Cajun seasoning. Chorizo, pancetta, celery, orange peppers, onions, and garlic. Baby clams, the clams with the clam juice. If you don't have that, use fish stock. Beef broth, you can use chicken broth or fish stock, whatever you prefer. And the crawfish / lobster meat, which is in the fridge. So I'm using about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Oil's hot, meat's going in. So use a wooden spoon with a metal pan. Don't use a metal spoon with a metal pan, or else you can get metal in your food. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to sweat this off on a low to medium heat.
Remember Patrick Bateman? He says when he's calling his lawyer or whatever, he's like, I cooked a bit of their brain.
I ate some of their brains. Oh, and I tried to cook a little.
Fucking brain gumbo. All right, so what is the step you're doing now? You're taking the meat out of the pot.
Out of the pot, setting that aside. I just wanted to get that oil, having that pork flavor. Try to infuse things with flavors. So like do everything in the same pot. And this oil right here is like the baby. It's like the star child.
All right. Pepper, I mean not pepper, fucking flour.
Flour.
I should stop swearing. Flour goes into the oil.
Right now I probably added ½ a cup to a cup. But I'll probably add some more. Cook out the roux so it's almost like looks like dark chocolate. So it's almost burned. It's gonna give it like a nutty flavor. If you've never made a roux, it's equal parts flour to fat. The roux is done. The roux is dark chocolate colored. I just threw in our veg. We're gonna throw some into the Cajun seasoning and I'd let that saute for about 5-10 minutes. All right, so we just added the rest of our ingredients except for the seafood. Bring it up to a simmer. Almost every single gumbo has cayenne pepper, but we're gonna use a hot sauce instead. Can we show the hot sauce?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Cilantro, a lot of people don't like it because it has a soapy taste to it. It's really good with lime. So some people add lemon. Let's do lime and cilantro.
My cat.
I thought I saw butter in it.
My cat. Are you gonna have a bit of lobster gumbo? I'm talking about.
So now our gumbo's been simmering for 30 minutes. Argentinian prawns now.
Whoa.
It just popped out. Wink wink crawfish, aka lobster tail.
Oh yeah.
So we got all that meat in there now. We got all that fish. It's gonna poach in that liquid.
And you put the lime in too, right?
I put lime in there. I put a little bit of honey in there. Keep tasting it and tasting it until you balance the flavors. I add a little honey for some sweetness. I add a little acid with the lime, herbiness with the cilantro. So you balance all of these things together. The savoriness of the meat. Now you got crazy gumbo love.
All right. The Patrick Bateman American Psycho gumbo is ready.
See, that's a good winter meal right there.
No doubt.
Crazy, dude. Look at all the different stuff in there. You got the lobster, you got the pancetta, you got the chorizo, you got the prawns, you got the cilantro, the vegetables, garlic in there. Might have imagined that Patrick Bateman's dish would have looked like had he chose to have this.
Paul Allen.
Paul Allen.
That's funny, in the movie they always get their names wrong. Yeah, it looks fucking hella good. Yum, yum, yum. Look, yeah, getting everything in one bite here.
It's hot.
Definitely a lot going on.
Yeah.
The herbaliness, the cilantro, freshness of the vegetables, the heartiness and richness of the meat. There's so much, it's hard to like, I can't really pinpoint one taste, so much is going on. Yeah, the broth is, it's rich. I don't know, like an undertone of like cookie. There's a slight bit of sweetness to it. Please be kind, rewind.
Do it.
I've got to return some videotape.